Complexity versus Busters, Hindu. Yeah, you're from Europe. How much? I don't know how much time you really pay to the North American scene, just because the schedule probably doesn't line up too well. I'm assuming you're pretty astute with it. For me, I think Complexity front to back is going to outclass this team. I don't see there's a way that Busters can really even do anything versus them, and that's just being that's not bashing Busters. That's really more of a testament to how good Complexity is from my side.
I understand that completely. The one thing that you can look at, though, is that Soulshiner and Tokedy are the most well-known players on Busters, right? Mm-hmm. Tokedy's mid lane, Soulshiner's jungle. And with those two there, the weak link on Complexity right now is Kiki. It's not because Kiki's a bad player. Really... Hell no. He's not weak. He's a great solo laner, but he's transitioned to mid now, you know? And with transition to mid, he's got to adjust to the playstyle of a mid lane. And if they can try and focus him in the mid lane, maybe Kiki could be the one that's the sweak link at the moment on Complexity. I don't think he's a weak player at all. But I think that is the only possibility they really have of getting into it. Yeah, me too. I think that's the only thing. The only thing I can see on Complexity's side where I'm like, this is the weak point, you know? You can't go after Incon.
Yeah, my big thing is, obviously you have Incon who's strong. Allied is like this weird kind of like support hunter who then all of a sudden has turned into this beast who's racking up the kills. I think for me, when you look at Complexity and if you focus on their games and you really pay attention to how they kind of handle everything, Weekend based on North American regionals and the showdown match versus Cog Red or Name Changers or whatever the hell they are now, he has this problem of playing from behind. So if I'm Busters, I'm camping Kiki. Like, you know, Weekend does two things. He either goes and gets a guaranteed kill in the duo lane because Incon hits a pull or does some kind of setup, or he just camps Cyclone Spin and gets him fed because Cyclone Spin seems to be the best.
Mm-hmm. And they leave Kiki to farm off in mid lane.
Yeah.
But if Kiki gets focused in mid lane, then what could end up happening there is that you'll see we can have to rotate to mid lane to help defend and protect Kiki more, which means that there's opportunities for the other laners to do better. But then again, it's Cyclone 1v1. You know, Cyclone's a great solo laner. He's not going to make too many mistakes. And then you've got Allied Incon. That pairing together is just disgusting in itself. So it's kind of like,
it's 1 o'clock, dude. You trying to get into the swing of things here, homie?
Are we ready?
It's your call, man.
I don't know. Is chat ready? I mean, if chat's not ready, we can just chill longer. It's up to chat, I guess.
I mean, it's Complexity versus Busters.
Well, I've got picks and bans in, so we can talk through them first. Yeah, and we'll go through them just what we know about so far.
All right. Yeah, do it that way. Then we'll hop into the game.
Yeah, it sounds good. So Complexity banned away Thor and Nemesis, so double jungle ban from them. In response, we saw Busters ban away Bastet and Athena. So they took away Incon's Athena. Incon's been saying Athena is top tier, #1 support, so why not take that away from him? The rest of them, all jungle bans, and they're all big jungle bans too. If you notice, it feels with the Thor and Nemesis ban from Complexity that they're trying to hit Soulshiner a little bit because he's their jungler and trying to reduce his options in the jungle to get effective in this game. That's why I feel, first of all.
Yes, they... I don't know about this Nemesis ban anymore. Nemesis seemed... And correct me if I'm wrong here, or give me your kind of opinion on it, because it's all kind of perception. Nemesis is more of a mid to late game based god, right? Everyone's pretty much in agreement with that. But to me, it seems that jungle now is all about early game pressure, which Nemesis just doesn't bring. So I don't think she's really ban worthy. I think the only reason people are banning her is because it's like a comfort ban, right? Like, and a comfort pick.
The one thing that happens when you ban a Nemesis away, it means you can pick tanks. You know, you can big tag your tanks. Hercules doesn't have a good matchup against someone like Nemesis. Chuck doesn't have a good matchup. Zhong Kui doesn't have a good matchup, as well as the supports. The supports like Geb, the supports like Sylvanas, Ymir, all don't have good matchups against her because she'll just steal those protections with the ultimate, deal ridiculous amounts of damage with it too, and then the slows that she provides to the team, it is effective. Like you said, though, like the game at the moment does feel very early focused in terms of getting to 5 as quick as possible and then getting the ganks off with the ultimate. However, if you play a Nemesis, it's still the same sort of plan of like get to 5 as early as possible, but you're not going to look for an early gank. You're going to wait until you're 5 at that very moment in time, then go aggressive. Whereas Bastet and Thor, and the likes like Bastet and Thor, it's just examples. Pre-5, they can deal a lot more damage and be a lot more effective at trying to get early kills before they've even got their ultimate available. Just because, you know, pounce in, bleed them, and then you've got Thor with the hammer as well as spin to win. Those are both very, very effective before you hit level 5.
So, I totally didn't tell you this. I brought up we're in game basically. We haven't started. I was just letting everyone see, kind of get the picks and pans here. This is how we're kind of doing this, right?
You can see picks and bans. You can see the picks on the screen now. The other two bans that were counter bans, just so we know, the other two counter bans were Zhonghui and Bakasura. Now, the Zhonghui ban from Busters is kind of because of the Nemesis ban, I feel, more than anything else.
You ready to start, by the way, homie?
Yeah, plus we did see Kiki Piki. Yeah, I'm ready whenever you are. And Bakasura was banned out by Complexity. So, into game we go. Off and underway. Now, what we're going to see is Cyclone spinning the solo lane again, playing that Humbats that we saw last week. Kiki mid Poseidon, weakening the jungle on a Wheelix, and I like that Wheelix pick because it was a counter pick to the Circuit. The first pick from Busters, well, the first pick was Complexities, and they chose Sylvanas, and in response, Busters got Jabberlonke and Circuit. And honestly, do you really want to see those from the same team? Because that's disgusting.
Yeah.
Circuit, Jabberlonke, first two picks, ew.
Yeah, that's pretty gross. Jabberlonke, he's so strong, and I always say she just because it's how I have to say Jabberlonke, right? But he's very, very strong, and he has an okay laning phase, but Cupid is a very, very bad matchup for him. You'd almost rather see Artemis go because of Cupid, right? Like, if you're going to go Jabberlonke, you kind of have to get rid of Cupid, and this little guy is just a beast, and he's the most annoying one to play, in my opinion, just because I just don't feel manly when I play Cupid, right?
I mean, the thing with Jabberlonke is the fact that how he deals damage in lane and pushes the wave effectively is that he uses his bowlers and the poison. They're both dot damage and a little bit of poke. Cupid heals that poke, but then trades it back harder with a heart bomb. If he gets a heart bomb off, it really hurts onto Jabberlonke. Plus, Cupid's ultimate Fields of Love causes issues. They're good for the early invade. I like this.
So this is what Complexity does every single game. Every time, no questions asked, is they run in, because no one seems to want to put a ward anywhere by Fire Giant anymore on the solo lane, and they just come straight in and they steal your blue buff, and what that's going to do is that's going to put Aphrodite in a very, very hard spot in this laning phase. She's going to be eating up mana, and as you can tell, she started off with Lost Artifact, which means she's only going to have one mana pot.
Exactly, and the one thing about that early aggression that you can see putting onto us, Max, he might go down. Really? No, he's gonna live for now, but he'll heal some of that up. The problem is that it normally takes Aphrodite till about level 9 to be able to full wave clear, and the problem is that right now, without a mana buff, she's gonna have to go back to base a lot more often, which is gonna delay her leveling too.
Yeah, so taking a look at the mid lane here is going to be Poseidon taking on Isis. Now, Kiki, we talked about him a little bit at the beginning. He's kind of the weak player for this team, but he's got a very, very good rotation here. So by shoving in the mid wave and then going back and grabbing these back harpies, he's going to give himself a little bit of an XP advantage, which smite and levels is huge. They go hand in hand. The higher level you are, the better off you are.
Now, what should happen is the mid laner should hit level 5 at 2 minutes 30 if nobody comes to mid lane from the rest of the team. So they will hit level 5 by then. However, if the mid laner shares experience with a jungler, which will happen more than likely, he'll be delayed a little bit. So taking those back harpies allows for that sharing with the jungler of a Wheelix when Weekend does come round. And you can see that Tokidi's going to do exactly the same thing on Isis now. So they're both trying to share camps to make sure they hit level 5 for when the junglers end up coming here. The only difference is, Gandhi, is that because that early invade on the blue buff of Aphrodite, it means that Circuit's going to be a little bit further ahead because of the bonus camp they've got.
Now, taking a look at the duo lane here as we switch over here, Sylvanas and Cupid. This is... Everyone's kind of talking about how Sylvanas and Artemis is such a kill lane, but Sylvanas and Cupid is just as strong. And when you kind of put Incon with Allied, you have this kind of weird synergy, right? Because Incon's super aggressive at all times. And Allied, he's content with doing whatever. He's just a follower. He's like, okay, Incon, you're calling the plays. I'll follow up. I'll do the damage. But the Geb, Jabberlonke, they're going to have a very tough time in the beginning stages.
Look at mid. Poseidon level 5. He's looking for a crack, and they're actually zoning them off experience here, Gandhi. This is smart. The lane's slowly going to push in favor of them, and you can see that they're still allowing it to push. They're losing experience of the Busters right now, and that means that we'll see we can hit level 5 before Tokidi and Soulshiner, and mid camps are up in 8 seconds. This is really smart play. Really smart play.
Takedi throws the Spirit Ball. He's going to get knocked off. He gets pulled in. Here comes a crack at Takedi. He could be in trouble. Down he goes. Here comes Circuit. Circuit, she gets Fear No Evil as well. Soulshiner barely makes it out of that one. Are they going to dive, though, is the question.
He should.
Cyclone, he doesn't care. And what's
the
button that takes away slow-mo?
Oh, press L for love.
Oh, God.
L for love takes away the slow-mo.
Dude, it always gets me. Like, it went that, and I was like, oh, God, here we go.
Yeah,
but, dude,
I don't know why that's on normally. It just is.
It is, dude. It always gets me.
Well, the thing about that now is that Complexity got first blood in mid lane, and that was because of the denial from what they did at the start. The great play coming out from Complexity. They also got both mid camps, and if you check Golden Experience, 2.3 thousand, 1,400 gold lead already, and that's all just down to the denial of the early game from Complexity on the mid laner and jungler. It's put Soulshiner behind, it's put Tokedy behind really, really badly. It's also put Incon ahead too, because Geb wasn't there either.
Yeah. Weaken's going to get stunned out here in the mid.
My God.
This might be another kill. Tokedy might go down. Down he goes to the wisp of Incon. For a lot of people, dude, camera work, I respect Kevin so much more now.
It's not easy. Right hand side though, Cyclone's in trouble. Gonna have to leap out. Soulshiner can't stay in the fight. He's very, very low himself. Cyclone actually won that trade 2v1. As you can see, Awesome to the Max has to back out. Cyclone quite happy to continue farming. Blue buff's up again, Gandhi, and look where Complexity are.
Oh,
they're in Buster's jungle.
Buff. Yeah, they're getting a speed buff on top of this. This is beautiful for them. That's a blue and a speed. That is such a huge win. Cyclone Spin doesn't care. He's able to get one.
2v1.
Maxing his overhand smash, and now here comes a four-man rotation from Complexity. Kiki's just like, whatever, I'm tanking it. There's a Kraken. There's a kill. Aphrodite's just going to get cleaned up as Incon now will throw out the Wisp, help out the team, and their jungle now belongs. But this might be a Gold Fury.
Gold Fury.
Yep.
Yeah. They have to do the Gold Fury. If they don't, Allies got to defend this. If they don't defend this, so if they do this, Busters get back in the game. If they don't, Complexity win. Fields of Love goes out, Heart Bomb's on. Heart Bomb does hit multiple targets, but Walrus still alive. They can still do this. You can see the rotation from Weaken. They have to because Weaken's come in with Kiki as well. They lose it, and the Gold Fury doesn't fully reset anymore, so it's at half health. Look who comes up, cleans us up. This game's going to be so tough for Busters now.
Oh,
so
yeah,
tough.
That's going to put them in a very, very difficult scenario. So, the kind of the idea of why Busters went for the Gold Fury is whenever you're in the solo lane, or whenever you see your solo lane get committed on by the enemy team by two or more people, that means that you have the advantage on the Gold Fury side of things. So you can rotate 4 people over there, 3 people over there, and secure a Gold Fury. But the problem is that 5 minutes and 30 seconds, and they didn't have the burst damage to get it.
Exactly. It was four men on the right-hand side from Complexity, only Allied to defend, so it was up against Xbalanque Geb. They could have done it, but Allied did exactly what he needed to, delayed them long enough to panic and have to pull off it. But then that's Allied's note. Allied understands the changes to the game with the Gold Fury resetting slowly, which means it doesn't go back up to full health straight away anymore, Gandhi, if it gets reset. It slowly ticks up, which means it just left it in a position for Complexity to go. Thank you. I agree. If you're going to commit for it, you have to go all the way in.
Incon's doing a little bit of zoning here as Kiki's just going to finally just throw his trident down, do the Demahes, rotate back in. Right lane, though. We might see Soulshiner go, but Weaken's going to challenge him. Weaken's going to hit him once. He's got a poison on him. He's going to jump over. There's going to be the kiss. And Cyclone's going to commit.
Cyclone's going.
Oh, no.
He committed at the same time as Xbalanque. Popped the ultimate on the left. He's going for Allied. Fields of Love comes out. Allied trying to trade it back. Good shield from Walrus, though. Going to save Bronx Bombers there. So a good pickup for the duo lane in terms of trying to get themselves back into it. That's big for Xbalanque as well. Remember his passive? Stacks up free physical power. Yes, please.
Yep. So, the one thing I want to talk about is Awilix. Awilix is a god who's very, very difficult to use at a competitive level and really a amateur level, or just a casual level. And the big thing is you have to abuse the immunity frames when you're on Suku, right? So if you're looking at how Weaken is going to be leveling up, so to the point here, you're going to see points in the 2 and 2 points in the 3, and then just 1 point in the other ones. He's not really favoring the Suku, but Cyclone Spin taking a lot here. He might go down, but nope, he's Hunbets. He has a jump, and that's why he's able to live.
Straight out of trouble straight away. Yeah, I mean, with Weaken on this Awilix as well, he's maxing the Moonlight Charge second. The reason being is it does decent damage, and it's got good physical power scaling too on it. The difference with maxing your 1 Suku, you don't get a bonus to your mobility from maxing this. You just get the extra damage, you still get the mobility from it at 1 point in it. That's why you don't see it maxed, just because it'll just end up costing you more and more mana as time goes on.
Don't you find it a little bit odd that we haven't seen Tokedy really shove with this Isis? Isis, for any level, as soon as you get a point in Wingust, which is the beginning of the game, from levels 1 through 10, you are one of the most annoying gods in the game to deal with in lane. You have just instant clear.
ISIS POS is very, very close matchup in terms of wave clear. I mean, ISIS does have the innate advantage, but if it's played correctly by Poseidon, then it goes backwards and forwards, that one, honestly. And you can see the pressure in mid lane there from Complexity. They're starting to just pile it on now. I mean, all grouped up mid, they've pushed down that mid tower. There's nothing to do with the Gold Fury, so they don't have to worry about coming in. Kiki gets caught a little bit here. Going to be a Spirit Ball. Great blinking from Incon. Uppercut. Kraken comes out as well. Awesome to the max is going to drop first. And now Weaken is still going to continue chasing on to Soulshiner, who jumps away. But it looks like Walrus could be a casual. Great Spirit Ball.
That is a fantastic play there by Takati. Takati saving his team. They're all going to back out here. You're going to see a little bit of pressure coming out from Bronx Bombers and Walrus. I really don't think they can do anything. Blink Cataclysm comes in. There's going to be one. Cyclone Spin takes that out. Kiki's staying alive. Kiki looking for Bronx Bomber. Bronx Bomber's getting ready to go down by Allied, but the fight's not over yet, as now we're going to see Weaken and Cyclone Spin get another kill. This team is really becoming kind of a duo of Weaken and Allied. Or Weaken and Cyclone, excuse me.
That whole fight that we saw coming out from Complexity, the reason that we're doing it is because they wanted the speed buff, blue buff combo again on the right-hand side of the map from Busters. So they pressured it, took the speed buff, Cyclone continued chasing and actually picked up the kill in the back of that as well, which we saw. Now they're going to look for the blue buff again. They just, look where Allied is now. He's quite happy to rotate all the way over here, support with the blue, try and take the tier 1 right. Look what's happening left. Weaken, pushing in the left-hand side too. And where's Kiki right now? Waiting for the mid-camps.
Yep. Kiki's going to just be able to soak up all that experience, and what's going to continuously happen here is that you're going to notice that Allied's pretty much in his comfort zone. When you see Hunters rotate out of their lane, this isn't just because he's in his comfort zone. This is because he's either A, been way too slow to rotations and team fights and scrims, or B, they just want his pressure everywhere. Now, it could be a combination of A and B, but my guess is he's probably just been a little bit late to the fight, and they want to keep him active, so they're giving him farm in other lanes.
Exactly. I mean, right now it's 10 minutes in the game and they're 10,000 experience ahead. That means they've been earning 1,000 experience more than the opposition since the very start of this game, which is absolutely insane when you think about it. The gold lead, 6,500. The gold is about to spawn right now, as I say it. And with that coming up, this needs to go to Busters. Busters have to make a play for it. And if it goes down in favor of Complexity, this game's pretty much done. I don't see a way back in for Busters right now.
Do you think it's that...
They need the gold. They need the Gold Fury. They need the Gold Fury or the Fire Giant. I don't see a way back in unless they get one of those two.
I would agree with that.
They're bleeding. They're bleeding too much. That's the problem right now for Busters. They've lost too much. Soulshine is level 9 to Weaken's level 11 alone. Toki level 10. At the same time, Kiki's level 13. You know, just those two. Look at the supports as well. 2-level lead for Rincon. AD carry, 1-level lead for Allied. The experience is shared throughout the whole game to the whole of Complexity. They're in so much control.
Now, Allied doesn't have full stacks on his Devo gloves, so... the fact that he wasn't able to fill it all the way up, but hold the phone here. There's going to be one. Soulshiner's going to get taken down. That is a routine Kraken. Kiki has been playing Poseidon so much, and he's so comfortable. So just for a little bit of background on Kiki, Kiki was a player who was in the solo lane all last season, but now here's a dead Bronx Bombers. There's no way he's getting out of that. And Kiki's starting to adjust pretty good, man.
What this is happening now is that Complexity are so far ahead with the experience, they're able to rotate as a group and still continue staying ahead. The rest of Busters are off split pushing, all trying to gather up farm to catch back up, which means they're getting isolated on their own. That's what just happened to Bronx Bombers there. And you can see them trying to push right, they're trying to push mid for a tier 1 towers, get some gold, get a little bit of experience, and no one can defend left lane. So what does that mean? The tier 2 tower is exactly the same experience and gold as a Gold Fury, Gaddy. They just gave that one away. They're going to lose a Phoenix by the looks of it. Someone's got to come back soon because they're going to get a Phoenix here. The whole team of Complexity's here just weaken on defense duties with Suka able to just like make sure they don't even get that tier 1 tower mid.
Well, Allied does have Fields of Love. Blink Cataclysm comes in. There's going to be Walrus. Allied's going to dash out. 5 people are here. Weaken's going to be rotating in. Eyes on him. He's got the mid wave shoved up. He's probably calling out to his teammates, hey guys, we can probably do this. But Incon, he's going to get caught here. That's going to be a lot. That's going to be last breath on Incon. They're wasting so much resources on the support who's still alive. Soulshiner finally able to take him out. Soulshiner now, down he goes. Bronx Bomber on the backside. Bronx Bomber continuing. Bronx Bomber just waiting to die here. Takity's all the way over there. Will they continue to push up? It's going to be Cyclone Spin. Eyes on the monkey. He's looking to jump in here.
He will probably jump in. Still got his ultimate available. Wait for the Fear No Evil. There is right on the back. Straight away the ultimate pop from Aphrodite. Kraken misses too, but Walrus is still dropping low. Trying to get sustained up by Awesome to the max. Tokeny does pick up a kill with the Spirit Ball. Good silence from him. He's going to get the wing gust on the Cyclone. Cyclone could be in trouble here.
This is going to be big. He's got Weekend backing up. Weekend jumps in. Cyclone's got one. He jumps in, and they're able to clean it up there. Cyclone spin is just a beast. Oh, no way. He did not dodge that. Get out of here. Okay, Gab. Yeah, definitely. / get out of here. Cyclone spin, just live, buddy. Yeah, you've done too much already.
There's still a chance right now for Busters to go Fire Giant right now if they chose to do so. You can see Wars is low. Wars should be basing right now. They're still looking for kills, trying to get Bronx bigger. They're going to go in, but the blinking from in comes big. The ultimate goal was huge, and now Bronx is going to manage to get one, but he's going to go down in trade to Cyclone again. Now they're going to continue to chase onto Walrus. No, they're not.
Yeah,
they're going to go for fire.
Everyone just take a step back here, all right? You're talking about some of the most calculated precision out of Cyclone Spin that I have ever seen, period. The fact that he dodged the Geb was just insane. So we haven't talked about it yet this game. We're going to go ahead and look at some of the items here. So Poseidon, we have the Divine Ruin coming out, and that's really just because he's the only person on the team who can do any kind of anti-heal as a mage, so he just gets that really just to deal with the Aphrodite. I like the play. And then he goes into Spear of Magus as well as Power Boots. I think the Power Boots are the best.
Power Boots are really strong on some of the gods, I feel. It depends what you're going to build with it, because you still want some cooldown reduction in the build.
For sure.
But you don't necessarily have to have it on someone like Poseidon. The extra power is very, very useful for him. So it's not a problem to see that on Poseidon. On Aphrodite, though, I can tell you that her next item would probably be in Breastplate of Valor. I know that because she likes max cooldown, right? But she didn't go for that. She went for Medjai's. But talking about that, she's going to have to blow beads. Still going to get hit by the Fields of Love and the bomb afterwards. The monkey bounced only to one target there, but did good damage. Inco going to try his own Bronx bomber. Bronx quite smart then, didn't blow the Jaguar, just walked away quite intelligently.
You can just kind of see, based on if you look at the items, that really Busters is down a full item and a half at this point. It's going to get scary. Incon, however, I don't know how I got over there. Incon still doesn't even have boots, and this really is just because this is his personal preference. He loves the mark of the Vanguard, he likes the aura, and then he just gets a wing blade, and he's like, well, I get a 300 health and cooldown reduction, why wouldn't I?
He's losing 8% movement speed, but in trade of that 8%, what does he get? He gets cooldown reduction, like you said, and health. Is there a pair of boots that gives you cooldown reduction and health? Not that much health. Not that much health.
Not 300, my man.
Exactly.
I reinforced you get what, 150? 100?
Yep.
Yeah.
And you get the passive as well. I mean, you're not going to go for Watch It Incon now. Blinking. Ultimate goes off. Full damage onto Awesome to the max. He's going to get shielded up. The ult comes out at the same time, trying to give him some heals. Great play from Busters. They've got a chance.
Yeah, Busters has the dream. They're focusing a lot on Incon. Incon's going to be taken out.
This is good.
Kiki managing to stay alive. He's going to get jumped on by Serket. Serket's going to keep pushing back. Allied's now focused. He's hit the gas pedal, but Allied might be in a little bit of trouble here. He's got to force out. They got to just get out of here. They have to disconnect. Cyclone Spin gets out of dodge, and now Allied has to get out of here. This could be a fire giant from Hindu.
It's risky, but they definitely have time to do fire giant now. They should go straight for it. I mean, they've already got Cyclone Spin and Allied up. They could do. Why are they not going for the fire here? I'm confused. They should go fire there. They really need to.
This is a fire. I mean, so the fire
it's
giant, although it does, it's going to do guaranteed damage no matter what. You can dodge the majority of it. Like, I'm very.
That's right. That's right. It's like a raid boss.
Yeah.
Like the fire giant's a raid boss, but you could avoid so much of the damage. They should have done that there. I think that was a small misplay. That's the only misplay I've really seen from Busters, was that fire giant not going for the fire giant there. They're too far behind not to try and risk it right now. I don't think Busty Complexity make that same mistake again, but it was very, very well defended by Busters at that tier 2. The ultimate from Tokeny to defend them and heal them all back up was huge, especially after Incon blinked in. They didn't lose a life until we actually saw Kiki turn around and hit the tidal wave, but then he paid the price as well.
Yeah. Weekend was looking for a little bit of one-on-one action with Serket, and he probably would have won if he knocked it up, but their eyes turned to the Gold Fury. So we have Incon on it. Kiki's going to be here as well. Allied going to be doing the DPS. On the right side, though, they have no Aphrodite. They don't have Serket or Shablanke. There's no way Geb is going to contest this, because the next big fight should be at the Fire Giant, theoretically, unless we're starting to see some sort of a siege coming out of Complexity, which could be the case based on the fact that Cyclone Spin's over here, but since he's backing, not seeing it happen.
I mean, with Busters as well, Aphrodite is a very, very strong pick right now in the meta. I think she's actually a lot stronger than I first gave her credit for right now. The healers are slowly going to start coming back bigger and better as time goes on, and people will realize that. So Aphro is back in the meta, and that she was one of the big important factors of that tower defense. They gave up the Gold Fury for free, though, so when you think about that fight at the tier 2, Gandhi, what ended up happening when you think about it? Complexity lost 4 lives, Busters lost 1, and didn't get anything else out of that.
Yeah.
They didn't get Fire Giant, they didn't get a tower. Complexity respawn, they get a Gold Fury for free.
Yep.
So Busters are too scared to fight and not trying to do anything. They need to have one of these fights and make a big play. If they don't, it's over. I mean, it's still the same situation it was a few minutes ago now.
Yeah, well, Walrus is going to get pulled.
Good pull.
Kiki's going to just throw Whirlpool down. He has no chance of killing the Cab on burst. He still has the Kraken. The Kraken is going to be his ultimate. Kiki, this is the player you're looking to watch right now in this scenario. If he hits the Kraken, it's a guaranteed team fight win. If he misses it, we might see Busters be able to turn. So he has a lot of pressure going on him going into the next fight.
This is smart. This is really smart. Weekend's going to try and hang around the right-hand side here and put the pressure on. Ally's going to push him mid. They're looking for a rotation. And when that person rotates, they're going to die. And it's going to be Tuckety. It's going to be Tuckety.
Yep.
No, it's not. Gab gets pulled instead. Ally's fighting in mid, though. And Soulshine is getting very, very low. Actually, good shield from him. Ally gets out of trouble. The Shablanki ultimate comes out defensively. Everybody lives for now, but a few ultimates comes out defensively. Everybody lives for now, but a few ultimates were traded there. Soulshine is his down, as his
big
allies.
pull! Big pull by Weekend. Weekend showing his tech. Oh, God, they pulled Gab again. He stone shields out of it. He keeps getting pulled, this poor Gab. And now, finally, Gab's going to go down. Bronx Bombers on the side. He's able to live. Dude,
Able
that
to live
pull
for now.
from Weekend was gnarly, bro.
That was amazing. That was
I
a really,
love
really good
seeing
pull.
good Awelix's plays. Like, they are the best. They're the best.
Yeah, they really are. After playing the God myself, it's really difficult, and I'm like, I've got so much respect for Awelix players now, after seeing the stuff that you have to do with that God. So they're going to go for Siege of Fire Giant. Weekend should be on defensive duty if he feels he needs to, so keep an eye on Weekend here. He should be the one on Peel, maybe allied with him. They shouldn't have to worry too much, though, because Gab's dead. There's no real threat of a Hog 3 on the enemy team. So, free Fire Giant for Complexity at 19.5 minutes in. Gold lead 12, they need 13,000 now. Experience 17,000. Complexity is looking really good today, once again.
Yep.
That's all we ever say for the past few weeks.
Complexity is just kind of this team who, they're in their rhythm. They didn't change much in the off-season, and they continuously worked at it. And you can really just tell based on their YouTube and their streaming. They're very, very consistent. They're uploading guides. They're theory crafting ahead of other people as well, and it shows. They're proving that they're doing it. So a team like Cloud9 or Cog Red, for example, we don't really see a bunch out of them, but we just know how freaking good they are. We're like, these guys are beasts. But
they get a bit of a
Complexity is
relax.
like proving it. Yeah, of course they have to relax. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you just know how much work Complexity has put into it.
They've really put a lot of work in during the downtime. I mean, look at what happened at Worlds. I mean, most of the guys from Complexity turned up at Worlds to help out in some form or another, We saw Allied quite happy to just sit and watch the games and talk about what he thought about and analysing them. Weekend was there, Incom was there too, and they were all busy and interested during the downtime. They've treated it like work, They went there, they watched the games, they took best of what they could out of it and made it useful.
So taking a look here, if you're interested in playing a Hunbat solo lane, how Cyclone Spin does it, which is pretty much the only person who does it, is he's going to go with Transcendence to deal with the mana issues. Then he's going to go with the Jotuns to get penetration and help deal with the mana issues as well as get a little bit of power. And then Hydra's Lament is probably going to be the final item, if it lasts that long.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, you normally leave Hydras at rank 2 just because it's cost efficient,
Well,
it's
that's why I said last item.
Yeah, true. You're right, because you leave it there. Technically, you're right.
Okay, technically.
Well, mid Phoenix getting pressured, right Phoenix getting pressured. It's a 3v2 and a 2v3. And he's like, good pull. Awesome's in trouble. Gonna get hit by Feels of Love. The ultimate from Afro saves the day.
Oh, the crack.
How long is that Cracker comes out and hits 2? Not enough to bring anyone down to full death yet, though. They're going to get the talent. Blinking from Gap, the turnaround. Is it real?
Yep, the beads are going to be popped. Incon's going to be there. Bronx Bombers in a lot of trouble. There's going to be one. Can he get the triple? He gets the triple.
Cyclone!
Looking for the quadrant. Did he get the quadrant? Can he get the over? He just needs to do it.
Oh, they surrendered before he could get it.
Oh, what
They surrendered before he could get it.
That is quick F6s, bro. That is like...
Yo, when he gets a quadra, you're like, F6 it now. I don't want to give away the pen. Just press the button.
Yeah,
press the button now. Get it off.
He would have needed to have Sylvanas hit a pull into it, but He almost had it. He almost had it.
He did almost have it. He did. That was a really, really well fought game though from Complexity. Like
Bro.
straight from the start, the invade in the blue, and then straight after that, the denial in mid lane set this game up so much for Complexity
Bruh.
because they put them both behind so far.
13-0 for Cyclone Spin. Forget about it. Good God.
I mean,
take
take 4 kills off that, right? If you imagine the quadra kill didn't happen at the end, that's still an amazing scoreline of 9-0-6 on its own, right? But then he gets a quadra at the end and makes it 13-0-6. That's insane. How much damage did he do?
He
17K.
did 17,000 damage. To put that in
17K.
perspective, that is Isis and Shoalshiner put together.
Put his perspective, and ISIS did 10,000, and Kiki did 12, and he did 17.
Okay.
Like, he did more than the mid laners as an assassin who has to get in close all the time and put his life on the line. That's insane. Insane.
Yeah, that's nuts, man. That is. We have the second game. I gotta find.
We have to check first of all. I'm just checking the other stream now to see where they're up to. They're still. Oh, they haven't.
Do we have to wait on them?
I think so.
Is that a thing?
I think so. Oh no, it looks like they're in denial and Legion already.
Well,
No, no. They're in denial and Polyjuice right now. So we should I don't know. Do you reckon we wait or we go on to the next one?
I don't know.
Like,
You sit here and talk, and then what
I
I'll
can
do
sit and
is I'll
talk all
go
day.
ask.
That's a really smart idea, you know, considering you're in the office.
All right,
You can do that,
all right. You stay here. I'll be back.
All right.
Scylla, your skin's fantastic, but your music is just loud.
Okay, cool. So, I guess he's left you on the winging screen with me, you lucky, lucky gentleman, over on Gandhi's personal channel at the same time. We'll be bringing you up next. The game we will be doing is going to be... Let me check, because I should know this. We're going to bring you Cognitive Gaming versus Legion from Group B is the next game. Smite game will be having Nomad versus Eager over on there after the Denial versus Polyjuice game, just so you all know. So if you're interested in Cog and Legion, you can definitely stay here. If you'd rather see Nomad than Eager, head on over to Smite game, because that'll be casted over there by DM Brandoon, I believe. It is DM Brandoon and F. Dot or Bart. I'm not sure who's casting on it. Hang on. Let's listen in. Let me find out. It's DM and... DM, shut up and let someone else speak. For the love of God, DM. Who's ever casted, DM? It's F. Dot. It's F. Dot. I heard F. Dot say ouch. There we go. That's all I managed to hear F. Dot say because DM was speaking so much. Not good. We want Hindu on cam. You don't get me on cam. You get Gandhi in his house. You only get one thing or the other. You don't get both. You get Gandhi's house. Look at it. He's got 3 mirrors. You know why? Because he's not vain at all. That's why. He's not a vain human being. He doesn't stare at himself in those mirrors all the time. Like, I live in England and I wouldn't have a house like that. They look like Xboxes on the left-hand side. They look like Xboxes. Oh, no, we actually on the waiting screen. I'm going to see it. Oh, yeah, you can see it. Cool. Okay, yeah. Left-hand side, I can see Xboxes on the side and lamps. What's that trophy case? There's nothing in it, so he puts fake vases in it because he can't win trophies. Crap. What a surprise. Is that table? What's that table about? Who buys a table like that, Gandhi? Is that table white and gold, guys, or is it blue and black? I'm not sure. Someone tell me. I'm confused. So, Gandhi should be back at any moment with information from the other game. That game was very, very good in favour of Complexity, though. They're looking really strong today. And that puts them 1 game away now from being qualified for the SPL this season. Their 2 remaining games are going to be against EGR and against Nomad as well. So depending how those games play out, depends all about what's going to happen with the rest of the group. Gandhi, man!
Howdy.
Yo.
All right, so look. The deal is that we can rapid fire this bitch.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
We can rapid fire the hell out of this. So, everyone...
Have they told us what... Hang on. The downloads... Sorry, we've got the videos for the other ones too, but no one's told me which ones we're doing yet. So I guess we just wait on that for now. We'll just do the next one. Just do the next one and we'll go find out.
Yeah, no. We it's going to be Cog Legion.
Yeah, just do Cog Legion now. Let's go.
Well, I gotta like remember what it is and crap.
Oh, God. Okay. Tell me when you've loaded it up and then I'll...
We are rapid fire...
Rapid fire mode. Engaged. We're going to whip through these boys and girls.
What is... slash demo play...
We were discussing your green
Are you
screen
in my
background
party?
of your house. We should be.
Okay.
Yeah, I am.
Turn up.
You played it?
Turn up.
Oh my god, that's silly
All
music
right.
is
Are you
annoying as hell.
are you doing the thing?
I'm loading now. Right, guys, as we're loading in, just so you know, this game is going to be Cognitive versus Legion. Cognitive, the new branded team of Cognitive, not the old Cognitive that we used to know. So it's going to be, let me just make sure this updates. Cool. Cognitive versus Legion. And on the Cognitive side, you can see the likes of Horrywind, Mask, Meerkat, Jigs, Famous 8. Jigs is on Sylvanas in this game. Are you in the game right now? No, you're not.
Not
Cool.
yet. Not yet.
That's cool. Okay, picks and bans for this game, just so you know. Cognitive banned away Ymir and Jabulonque, and Legion banned away Serket and Bastet at the start of this game. So once again, jungle focus coming out from Legion. Serket and Bastet, like Serket, Bastet for Nemesis. They're all the jungle bans we've seen so far. But Ymir and the Jabulonque banned away is interesting. Jabulonque not too surprising, because that means you have to play Cupid into it, you know, if you're going to pick Jabulonque. And maybe he doesn't want to play Cupid. At the same time, Ymir banned away. That's an interesting one. I'm wondering why they banned the Ymir.
Ymir probably got banned just because people are realizing how insanely strong it is at all time, right? Like Ymir is so strong in Europe, and it's really just because of the setup potential he has. And early on, he's very, very good. But in North America, they never really paid too much attention to it, because in North America you had the top supports were, Jeff Handler and Ionic, and none of them were playing Ymir. It was like, okay, I'm going to play Bacchus, and I'm going to play Geb and Athena because that's all I need to play. And now they're realizing, okay, Geb, he's still really good, but if I want early game kills, I'm going Ymir.
Oh, I get the Ymir ban now. I get the Ymir ban. Look at the picks. I'm looking through the picks and bans. You see, they banned away Ymir. They first picked Athena, right? Then they also take Sylvanas, so they're running Athena jungle. And one thing that you need to know about Ymir has a very good matchup against Athena, actually, in terms of like laning. He can push just as hard as she can, but he also has the ability to like freeze her before she taunts, wall her off, and be able to charge in.
That's huge.
A lot of decent things there. So it's useful for that, as well as against the Sylvanas. Ymir's pretty good there too, because he's got just as much wave play, actually, if not a little bit better, I feel, than a Sylvanas in terms of wave play with that Glacial Strike. So the Ymir ban kind of makes sense. How do
I zoom out? Is that a thing?
Okay. Do me a favor. Click assisted on your camera in the top.
Okay, I pause it up. Okay.
Click assisted.
Yeah.
Hold C.
With it paused?
With it paused.
It's not doing a thing.
Click on the map, hold C, with it in assisted mode, yeah?
Turn up!
You like it? Yeah?
Alright, we're good, boys!
No. Move the camera around with WAS and D, right?
Yeah, no,
And then hold right mouse button. Watch this, hold right mouse button and move. Like, yo!
This is much better. That whole time I was like, dude, I swear to God, like, it's not this zoomed in. And then I was like, wait, whoa. I normally cast off a program feed, and now I'm on a computer right in front of me. That could be the problem, but taking a look at this here, we're going to start off in the solo lane. Meerkat bringing the Neath into the solo lane.
Double Hunters.
This is...
Double Hunters, double Guardians. Yeah. Oh, the pull on left-hand side. Paydivion just got pulled into tower. He's okay, though. But he took half his HP from one tower shot there. That was insane. Yeah. Sorry, let's go back to solo.
Yeah, going back to solo here. So, Neath versus NQ. How this is really going to work out is that NQ is going to throw his decoy down. He's going to try to get behind Meerkat and try to get as much damage down as possible. But really, early on, Meerkat should have the advantage. At level 5, Loki can start doing things like that, but he's going to get 360 no-scope there by Meerkat. He goes invisible, and she guesses him. That's a good play.
Yeah, this whole setup of the two teams right now, I like what Cognitive chose to do. They've run double Hunter, double Guardian with an Ao Kuang. Like, their whole game plan is get to late game, use both supports to their advantage to allow the Hunters and Ao Kuang to do all the damage. They chase around the two Hunters trying to get the kills, and Kulkulkan puts out steady damage and great CC from Athena and Jigs on that Sylvanas is their whole game plan. The difference is that Legion have a standard composition here. There's nothing too crazy that we see in that lineup.
The thing that kind of scares me for Cognitive here, looking at this purely, is when I look at Busters has Thor in the jungle. Fantastic. Athena in the jungle isn't going to do the damage. She's going to be there to be supportive, yes, but she's not going to really bring the same kind of pressure that Thor is going to bring to a team. Thor has the semi-global ult, and his passive gives him more damage the more people are around him. So early game, he's a beast. Plus the Tectonic Rift, which is a stun. I don't know how they're going to handle the Thor. But if they can shut down DJ Copernicus, then they'll be okay. But speaking of which, he's on a
plan is? Oh, he is looking on the right hand right now. But at the same time, NQ's going to continue farming Perns. Going to walk up to this and look for the pressure. But Meerkat didn't sense that. He just backflipped in preparation to just use the world weave shot. Sorry, the weaving shot to make sure it pops that and clears the minion wave really quickly.
It's not every day we see the Neath. It was funny, though. In PTS, everyone was like, oh, Neath is still so good because she has this wave clear. She's good, but I don't know if I would put her in the top tier. Hunter's my man.
I think putting her in solo is a good call, though, because in the solo lane, it's an island. We all call it an island all the time. Oh, Thor's up. Thor's up. Thor's going to come crashing down into mid. I can see it already. He hits. That's a mask who's still only level 4. IQ rotated with the assassinate as well. The dunk came in from Adoro as well. But the Spirit of the Nine Winds came out from Horrywin, doing some damage around, but not enough. First blood goes to Legion early on.
It looked like Horrywin was getting ready to aggress on this. You could see that Spirit of the Nine Winds did a lot. And then the Whirlwind, the dot, so the change that Kukulkan had was we went from 3-second dot down to a 2-second dot, and we didn't see enough play out of him. So then we said, let's go ahead and put it at 2.5. And then everyone remembered, wow, it was really nice having Kukulkan be this nerfed because he's so annoying to deal with.
Exactly. I mean, those tornadoes, 2.5 seconds is now enough for him to clear the wave at rank 2 of it. That was the biggest issue with him, and that's why we didn't see him that much. And Q should be able to get out there. Just about, yeah. He'll be fine. Yep. It's a Loki. What am I thinking?
Yeah, of course it's a Loki, my man. So, taking a look at the builds here. Rune-Forged Hammer picked up by Neath. Now, this is something we don't traditionally see really ever on Hunters.
Nope.
Period. What it's going to give her, 350 health. Plus 55 physical protection. That's really just to deal with the Loki. So you can kind of see what she's doing. So she's going to be a little bit more tanky. She can kind of not be a front line, but she can withstand NQ a little better. It's
not just to deal with NQ, it's also to deal with a Thor. Because if you put a Hunter in the solo lane, what's going to happen? The jungler's going to come camp you too. They're both physical damage dealers, so this will help against both of them. Add the fact that there's not much penetration in the game anymore, Gandhi, in the early stages, means that physical protection is going to be useful for the whole game. That health and physical protection, very good.
Well, the double tap's going to hit, but as you can tell, that Rune-Forged Hammer, Meerkat's super tanky. If that double tap is going to go down on Uller in the left lane, Uller's going to lose about a quarter of his health. Meerkat lost 2 bars.
Yeah.
I kind of like it, man.
On top of it, you can just use Unravel to heal that back up as well. That's the best thing about Neath. She's got so much sustain in her kit built in. Big aggression in mid from Mask, trying to catch onto Adoro, but he used the Sentinel to get out of that immediately. So at the moment, it's a slowish game.
Yeah,
the experiencing gold lead ever so slightly in Legion's favour. That's just down to the Gold Fury more than anything. As both teams, I feel the longer this game goes, Cognitive have a game plan because they've got this double Hunter. And what I was going to say about the Neath in the solo lane as well is like it's a solo island, right? And in an island, you don't get involved with anything in the fights across the map. But Neath can.
Yeah,
Neath can. She can get involved, get assists, even get the odd kill with that World Weaver shot.
Yeah, that ultimate's great. It makes Neath viable in the solo lane. Yeah, I've even seen Neath's mids, which I was kind of expecting, like maybe to see one, right? Like Transcendence Neath is bad. That girl is just
does so much damage.
Yeah, it is insane. But it just might not be competitively viable, right? Like you and I can sit here and theory craft all day, but at the end of the day, we're not putting in the scrim. So looking down here, no real shocker that you're going to see Pen Boots coming out of Kukulkan, and we're actually going to have the grouping here as these mid harpies are getting ready to come up.
They might try and catch Jigs out of position, but Mask is going to be the one to hit with the taunt straight away. No ult from Horrywin came out there. He's been patient with it. He's not got his tornado just yet. Now he does. Going to try and zone out Pain. And you can see DJ has to take to the sky to disengage there. Dora was looking for something. No one was low enough, but the rotation gets caught out of position here.
He could be able to do this. You can see the Athena ult, Defender of Olympus, coming down. Athena jumps in. They're going to look for the Gold Fury. Maybe. No, they're actually going to look to just shove this wave. They aren't healthy. Yeah, no. There's no reason for them, too. That's why I was like, they're going to look for the Gold Fury? Question mark?
Well, I mean, as that happened, though, the mid-camps both went into into Legion's favour. They got both of those. Left-hand side, though, double taunt, knock-up, followed up. Pain's going to start taking damage. World Weaver's out from Neath as well. He needs that body blocking. Going to use the immunity frames, though, from it. The pull-in! It's going to pull him out of position. The Panda Cat.
No way!
Max misses. Another spin DJ. He's getting his passive from 3 targets being nearby. He's going to fire one, kill the turn. He's ready for another. And in mid lane, we also
Pernicus!
see that NQ rotated as well and helped Adora get a kill.
Pernicus! Dude!
Wow.
How? This is that is like we watched this before. That is exactly what I was talking about. Athena, she's gonna help. She's gonna protect the team. She's gonna give you the taunts. But the damage that Thor can bring is just unparalleled to any jungler pre-level 12, really. And dude, that play by DJ Pernicus, that is what he is known for. He is all about the one-on-one. I outplay you. Bring the noise. And he just 1v3'd them.
How he 1-3-3 them though is a lot of team situations. People don't realize that if you're not the one being focused, you should be dealing damage, not running away yourself.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And Pernicus realized that. Like, hang on a second, they're focusing Geb, they're focusing Artemis. I'm free to do whatever I want. Whee! And hit the Berserker Barrage on one target when he had two others around him, and it evaporated. And then the other two went, well, we're just tanks now. What are we going to do against the Thor, who's now in the sky looking for Neef on the right-hand side? Make has to watch himself. Going to get dunked. Spin to win as well. Has to backflip. Followed by the wall. The double tap. But now the turnaround is here. Athena's coming. Are they going to find the taunt? No, just a disengage again. That's what Athena does against Thor, right?
Yep.
Thor commits,
Yep.
Athena has to ult to defend it.
For
so
sure.
every single time, that's what Mask's game plan is to cut out this Thor. But the question is, can they survive long enough? The only reason Meerkat survived there, Gandhi, is that Runeforged hammer.
Yeah, the Runeforge really has paid its way. Like, it's definitely
Paid
earned
dividends.
its way. Yeah, that
Paid
was the word.
dividends. That's Bart's word, but yeah,
Yeah,
paid
yeah.
dividends.
So
It used to
DJ
be mine.
Speaking of which, DJ Pernicus is looking for this speed buff. He's like, hey, Mask, I dare you to go on this. And so this is really, really smart on Mask. Mask knows that NQ, a.k.a. Loki, is not in lane. So normally when you don't see a Loki in lane, that means that he's probably invisible getting ready to kill you. So Mask...